Hi, I'm Bernie Hayes. Today we're talking about a very special project called Let's Heal STL. Let's Heal St. Louis with Ronald Montgomery and also Deborah Gambill. Guest today on The Bernie Hayes Show. And welcome back. My guests are Ronald Montgomery and Deborah Gambill, and they're here for a brand new project called Let's Heal St. Louis. It's a book, and I'd like to welcome you both to the show. How are you?
I'm fine.
Wonderful.
Deb,
Thank you.
Ron, how are you?
Well.
Let's Heal St. Louis. Deborah, what is that? What's the project?
This is a project that grew out of the situation in Ferguson and South Grand after the decision was handed down regarding Michael Brown, and people reacted. And I went for a walk I live in the Shaw neighborhood, so it wasn't a far walk for me. So I went to South Grand that Saturday following all of the unrest. And I expected to see plywood and feel broken and shattered and upset about things. And what I found instead were beautiful pieces of artwork from people who had come out and painted these inspirational and beautiful, colorful pieces of art on the plywood. And I felt inspired to do something, and it ended up in the book called Let's Heal STL.
The book is called Let's Heal STL. Ron, what part do you play in this? You co-author, right?
Yes, I am.
Tell us about it.
Well, Deborah gave me a call and said, I've been down on South Grand. We were doing a lot of talking at the time about the unrest. And she shared what she had seen, and also a vision that she had about developing a book that would encompass the artwork as well as poetry. And at that point, she pretty much roped me into the project, and I was part of it.
Great. Deborah, so you're not just focusing on Ferguson, South Grand also. So these are two troubled areas at one time after the Michael Brown shooting.
Absolutely.
Okay, and how did you discover the artwork itself? I mean, you were just strolling down Grand or what?
Well, I just happened to take the stroll, and I had my phone with me, and I began to just see these beautiful pieces, and I started photographing them. And then I was having feelings that were expounding upon these themes that I felt needed to come out.
So, Ron, you also became an author and writing the poetry to, I assume, match the films that you were going to see? You saw the poetry, and you're going to match these films with poetry?
Yes. Yeah, I also did the same thing. I went down on North New Ferguson Road, or Florissant Road,
okay,
and began taking photographs there.
Okay.
So we had a composite of all the work that had been done on the board of artwork. I picked out ones that I thought spoke to my spirit most, and began writing poetry for those. We try to do poetry for pretty much all of the board of artwork. Okay. However, that's quite a challenge. There was quite a bit of it, and it was also inspiring. It was hard to pick the ones to write about or write to.
Well, let's understand that you have some poetry to match the film we want to see. I mean, the graphics we want to see. Yes. Well, what's the first one? Let's start with you, Deborah.
The first one is called In Between the Avenues.
Okay.
Yes.
In between the avenues named fight and flight, my heart hopes that there is a quiet, secret alleyway called fair, where you and I can agree to approach the middle from either end, to come and meet, to seek a loving resolve, away from crowd approval, who are either frightened or fierce in their ways, and try to tattoo harsh, ego-endorsed words on our minds that speak of their own calloused, hard places, the origins of which are remaining residues from tough times past. In between the avenues named fight and flight, my heart holds hope that there is a peaceful niche we can share together to simply rest and rally, a quiet place called healing.
Beautiful. Ron, you have one. Well, what's your...
The one that I'd like to read for you is called Martin, Today I Dreamed a Dream of Peace.
Wow.
And it kind of relates back to a piece of artwork that I saw that referenced Martin Luther King's dream. Mm-hmm. You know, he presented the I Have a Dream speech, and that's been pretty substantial and pretty fundamental. It's a cornerstone of peace and moving forward.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. Martin. I wonder what becomes of dreams, Martin. Do they fly away to some distant place, never to see the light of day, as sunbeams creep through holes and shades to push away the fanciful haze of sleep? I wonder what becomes of dreams, Martin, when the anger of my days and the fear of my circumstances rush to despair, while sleep creeps into my head, carrying me quickly to a place of sad visions and memories. I wonder what becomes of dreams, Martin, when battles finally overcome anguish and warmth pushes out the cold of being alone, and thoughts of flowers and meadows replace my reality of asphalt and barriers. I wonder what becomes of dreams, Martin, when bridges over troubled waters become pathways to freedom, while enemies foam with bitter pills and rage for fear of being less because our pride is more. I wonder what becomes of dreams, Martin, when our children reach the shores of milk and honey, and their hopes and plans stretch toward horizons on straight paths to finish lines. I wonder what becomes of dreams, Martin, when the fighting is finished and sacrifices are proven worthy, and the victory for justice, the excellence of equality and dignity prevail. I wonder what will become of dreams, Martin, when all the best hopes and prayers are reality, and all of our best dreams are finally coming true. Martin, what becomes of dreams when the dream you had is my dream? And it's the dream of my children, too. Martin, what will become of their dreams? Will the dreams of our children come true? Martin, we have a dream. It's our dream, too.
Wow, that's pretty profound. It's pretty dramatic, actually. And the graphics that we saw, the pictures that we saw while you were reading this, and you also, Deborah, were actually painted, what do they call it?
Plywood.
Plywood that replaced shattered windows.
Yes.
It's unbelievable, you know. And I guess in the light of what happened recently in Ferguson, 2 policemen were shot, you know, and the disruption after the police chief resigned. Right. I guess this would have been just perfect before the gathering out in Ferguson and on the South Grand, right?
Well, we would hope that it would inspire a more peaceful, we know the conversations need to take place.
Sure.
We know that people need to express themselves, but we also feel very strongly that violence does not have a place in this.
Mm-hmm. Both of you two have extensive background other than being authors. Deborah, let's hear about Deborah Gambill. Who are you?
Well, I've been involved in social services for a really long time in a lot of different aspects. And I've worked a lot with abuse and neglect with children. I have worked with, as a juvenile officer for several years. I ran detention in Jefferson County for a time. I've lived in group homes with multiple offenders. I've worked with families with alcohol and drug abuse issues. I think I have a well-rounded basis. In recent years, I've been doing therapeutic holistic work.
Wow.
It's been very meaningful.
Ronald Montgomery, tell us about you, sir. Very, very extensive background also.
Yeah. Well, I've had a varied background. I spent approximately 40 years in and out of the military, and I've traveled the world working for federal agencies.
2 different branches of military, right?
Yes,
yeah,
the Army and the Air Force.
Yeah, okay.
I finally retired in 2010 after 42 years. I also worked for AT&T and retired from there. And I am now retired and working again my deja vu encore career with AT&T.
That's wonderful. My guests are Ron Montgomery and Deborah Gambill, and we're here at the New Life Evangelistic Center with 1411 Locust Street in downtown St. Louis, Missouri. And the reason we're here are because of donations from you. No other donations keep the New Life Evangelistic Center operating. And we need your help and support. You may do that through Post Office Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri 63166. And you've been so generous over the years, but we need still help your help. And you can do it online. Very easy. Less than 2 minutes at www.newlifeevangelisticcenter.org. Or you may call us 314-436-2424. Back with Ron Montgomery, Deborah Gambill, after this.
The need is now. The hope is you. Please keep New Life Evangelistic Center in your prayers. New Life is on the front lines fighting the good fight. We care about people, all kinds of people, people who are hurting and need help. When all the other places close, New Life is a refuge. When everyone else says no, New Life opens its doors. When you can't find help anywhere else, New Life is there. You are the reason New Life has been there for hurting people for over 38 years. Your gifts to New Life make a huge impact on lives. Many of our volunteers were once helped by New Life and now return to give back. Many are Club 24 members at just $24 per month. Thank you for helping New Life continue to feed, clothe, and shelter people in crisis. Thank you for giving hope. Without hope, we are all lost. Please support New Life by calling 314-421-3020 now or give online at www.newlifeevangelisticcenter.org.
Everyday people are the ones who are making miracles, and it's beautiful. Everyday people lifting up the world like an answered prayer. I thank God they're there. They're the ones who care. Everyday people.
For just 80 cents a day, you can help many people in need all around the world. That's only $24 a month. The New Life Evangelistic Center wants you to help feed the hungry and shelter the homeless by joining Club 24. For $24 a month, you can be a part of touching people's lives. For just 80 cents a day, you can make a difference in someone's life. Call 314-881-3210 or give online at newlifeevangelisticcenter.org.
And welcome back. In light of the things that have been happening in Ferguson and South Grand, and also what's been happening surrounding the New Life Evangelistic Center, the sleep bed and so forth, you know, we have a perfect project for you. It's called Let's Heal St. Louis. And I have the authors of that forthcoming book, Deborah Gambill. Deborah, welcome back.
Thank you.
And Ronald Montgomery. Ron, again. Tell us about the inspiration for this project, and when will the book be released?
That's a question mark because we're still seeking corporate sponsorship, and we would appreciate knowing where we may seek the funds to get this published.
How can they reach you, first of all?
Through an email, wowwordsmith, WOWORDSMITH @gmail.com would probably suffice.
Okay. Great. Okay, and I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to make sure that you got that information,
Right.
how they can reach you right away. But Ron, what do you have to say about this project? I mean, is it needed now?
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. You know, for those that have been around for a long time, this is almost like a deja vu moment for a new generation.
Okay.
You know, we went through the 60s. We're now here in after the year 2000, and there are things that still need to be done. The work has not been completed. The young people are taking that charge in hand, and we are there for them, I hope. One of the things that Deborah has mentioned to me, and I think is absolutely fundamental, is that there is so much negative press going on, so many negative feelings that are being expressed, and we need a counterbalance.
Okay.
And this book is that counterbalance.
Okay. Deborah, we're going to have some more poems from you, but once again, you showed us how to reach you. How will the book be structured? Will it be mostly pictures, mostly a lot of prose, a lot of...
Well, the book is very interesting in that we are featuring the plywood board-ups from both South Grand and from Ferguson. Ron and I wrote to the pieces that spoke to our hearts and inspired us. So they are original pieces of work that are tuned in directly to those inspirations. And there will be a picture of one of the board-ups and a poem to go with. We also have collected photographs of many of the artists as they were working on the pieces.
Yes.
We've collected as many names of those artists as we can find at this time.
And that will be in the book?
In the book.
Okay. Could you, and Ron, both of you, each recite perhaps another poem and show us the billboard that goes with that? I mean, the plywood?
Sure.
Okay, I guess you first, Deb.
Okay. This is called Mocha.
Mocha, okay.
The U.S. is moving toward Mocha, no doubt, for it is true. Shifts of people, shifts of power. The U.S. Census sends us the message, it is so. United in our states will always be the rainbow of cultures and skin tones, black, brown, red, yellow, white. But now the perspective of the spectrum shifts. The message, it is so. If we were all colorblind, might we only see shades of mocha, creamy blends of darker and lighter, one color melting into another? For rainbow colors know no definite edges. We must unite now to uphold our end. The message, it is so. A rainbow is architecture and art, as is our upswept arch, a bridge of connection. Let hearts thrill when the eyes look up and see how we are all linked by our higher selves. The message, it is so. Who knows? Maybe the pot at the rainbow's end is really a warm and wonderful cauldron of shared caring, holding a magical mix of mocha babies, more sweet, more valuable than any gold. And through them, we are truly a melting pot. With the message, it is so. Amen, amen, amen.
It's called Mocha from the book Let's Heal St. Louis, Deborah Gambill. Ron Montgomery, I understand that you have one also that is very prolific.
Yes.
And prophetic, perhaps, even.
Well, it's kind of reminiscent, actually.
Okay, all right.
And speaking to an older gentleman, and I'm going to change my voice for this because this is a story that he had to tell, and that's the story I'm going to share with you.
Please.
I captured it. It's called Just Us Now. The Wait is Over. Today, we sat at Amtrak, all together waiting, like all the days before, waiting on justice to arrive. But she wasn't on board. It seems she was elsewhere bound. Yesterday, we walked Lambert's perimeter, on runways, cold tarmac with heated signs in December, while flights were rerouted, delayed, and canceled. She rescheduled. The day before, we balanced on riverfront cobblestones. We kept hope alive while Becky Thatcher went to and fro, looking bored. But no justice was on the manifest that day. Justice was delayed. Back in the 20th century, we hoped she'd be on local buses, garbage trucks, and at lunch counters, though not on the menu, to walk in black and white picket lines back then. Sometimes she arrived on time. Tomorrow we will wait hand in hand on equality, hoping he'll show with a ticket for court's justice in tow. No guarantees that she'll show at all, but there is always hope. In the days to come, like in the days past, we will rent buses, work together, walk together, talk together, sit close, and we will capture the intention and attentions of justice and equality by any means necessary in any measure. When our freedom ride shares are done, we'll come home. The terminals will be empty. Justice and equality will be too busy for our out-of-town trips, making St. Louis a new Plymouth Rock for every shade and the Liberty Bell for every voice. We will answer the questions with no hesitation. If not us, who? It is us, all colors, not them. Come on, diversity. If not now, when? It is now, not when. Patience is not the answer, not always and not forever. If not here, where? Here is where we begin, not there. Ferguson is my home. Today we will work together, not just us. Now justice, here and now, together, community. The wait is over.
Well, Ronald Montgomery, did either of you hesitate in coming up with the name Let's Heal St. Louis? How did that name come about?
I believe it was on one of the board-ups.
Okay.
And it just struck a chord. This is what needs to happen, and this should be the name of the book.
Okay. Ron, do you think that's appropriate?
Well, you know what? It took a minute for it to grow on me. Deborah told me what the name was going to be, and I made other suggestions, and she said, no, this is the one that resonates. And she's a very good salesperson. She convinced me in short order that this is what it needed to be. Let's Heal STL.
Okay.
It is.
So these wonderful words that you two have spoken can be read in a book, Let's Heal St. Louis, forthcoming. We still don't know exactly when it'll be published, but
Right.
it'll be very, very soon.
Well,
Once again,
we're
how can they
hopeful.
reach you?
We're hopeful it's going to be very soon.
Okay, how can they reach you, Ron?
You can reach me at Spirit, SPIRIT, the number 2, spirit.com. Excuse me, spirit2spirit.poetry at yahoo.com.
Okay, and you have a website,
I do.
and that is?
Ronald Montgomery, www.ronaldmontgomerybooks.com.
Okay. You say you still need corporate sponsorship, or anybody who can help, I
That's right.
assume. Okay,
Absolutely.
can reach you through those two
Absolutely.
addresses. That's wonderful. Do you hope that this book will perhaps set in someone's heart to keep them from the rioting and the protesting that perhaps may still be on the horizon? We have about a minute left before we leave.
Absolutely. We hope that they will feel as inspired as we have in making a difference. And we know change has to happen, but we hope it's going to be a positive piece of work.
That's the name of their book, Let's Heal St. Louis, but Reverend Larry Rice has been trying to do that for the past 42 years, right here from the New Life Evangelistic Center. That's right, Heal St. Louis is also a theme that he has, but he also has new life. And that's very important, those two words, new life, because he gives new life to so many people. New life, new inspiration, new love. And we need your help and support just to remain here through Post Office Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri, 63166. You can keep that dream alive. Or online at www.newlifeevangelisticcenter. That's one word, newlifeevangelisticcenter.org. Post Office Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri, 63166. Back with our guests after this.
Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Can you hear him now calling you? Will you come to him? Will you let Jesus give you that rest that your heart cries out for? Call upon him right now. Declare, Lord, I need you. I want you. I'm surrendering my life to you. Lead me, guide me, direct me. As you commit your life to Christ, experience his peace and power that passes all understanding, a promise of peace he gives you now.
Hunger takes no vacation. Every day, many homeless and hungry people come to the doors of New Life Evangelistic Center. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. We want to continue meeting the basic food needs of those who come to us. You can help by purchasing and donating sandwich ingredients and bringing them to our center. These include packaged lunch meats, packaged cheese, peanut butter and jelly, and sliced bread. Then we can prepare the sandwiches at our facility. We are also in serious need of canned goods, especially canned meats, fish, and other protein foods. Bring your donations to New Life Evangelistic Center at 1411 Locust Street in downtown St. Louis, Missouri. For more information, call us at 314-421-3020. Remember, hunger takes no vacation.
At New Life Evangelistic Center, we know how busy life can be, and we want you to know that giving to New Life just got easier. Now there's Easy Pledge. Easy Pledge makes giving easy. No hassles with stamps, checks, or envelopes. Your monthly giving can be a snap. Just one phone call to set it, and then you can forget it. Your time is valuable. Spend it with those you love. Let Easy Pledge take care of your giving. Call 314-881-3210 to set up your Easy Pledge today.
And welcome back. We're here with Ronald Montgomery and also Deborah Gambill, and they are the authors of a brand new forthcoming book called Let's Heal St. Louis. Ron, anything in particular you want to talk about? Let us in on that you have feelings about?
Well, yeah, actually, Deborah and I have talked about this extensively. In the past few days, we've seen some violence. Protesting is clearly the voice that we use to let the rest of the world know that we will not stand quietly for a lack of equality and freedom. That's That's a given. However, the violence, Martin, Malcolm, Huey P., every single one of them had the belief at the end that there is only one way to achieve these goals, and that is with peaceful protest.
Sure.
Those guys that were shot were somebody's husband, somebody's father, somebody's brother. They're human, and we need to take that into consideration.
Mm-hmm. Deborah, what impact do you hope this Heal St. Louis book will have on the community?
I hope that it will evoke more conversation among different factions of people, but I'm also hoping that they will actually listen to each other. Mm-hmm. We all are the same, and we all want the same. So peacefully and respectfully, I hope that people will begin to listen to each other as a result of some of the ideas we put forth in the book.
Mm-hmm. Ron, you mentioned some pretty well-known civil rights activists, some people who believed in peaceful protests, people who believe in civil disobedience. How do you apply that to St. Louis, and how will this book apply that to the people who might read it?
Well, one of the things we really stress in virtually every poem is that we are one.
Okay.
That was the message on the board up artwork. That is our message, and that is the message that each of the individuals I mentioned carried. Mm-hmm. It was rather interesting when Malcolm X returned back from the Middle East. He came back with a message that there was diversity in his beliefs, in his religion, and in the foundation of freedom and humanity. That's what we believe in. That's what we believe the message should be and will be in the future.
Okay. Deborah, before we leave again, how can they reach you?
They can email me at wordSmith@gmail.com, wowwordsmith@gmail.com.
And you have a website also?
Yes, they can go to deborahgambill.com or Deborah H. Gambill, wordsmith.com.
That's www.deborahgambill.wordsmith.com.
Yes.
Okay, and you say you still do need funding in order to get this publication
yes,
done.
Yes, we're actively working at that now.
Okay. Ron, after it's published, what impact do you hope that'll have on the entire community? Not just Ferguson, not just Southside, but on the entire community?
Oh, we absolutely hope there will be more tolerance. Mm-hmm. That we understand that we are sitting on a planet that just happens to be a projectile that is moving through space, and we are on this trip together.
Okay. But each of you didn't have to do this.
No.
Why?
It's a work of love. It's a work of inspiration. It's a work of positivity in the midst of a lot of negative situations and bad feelings.
Ron, in spite of what happened with the 2 police officers being shot recently in Ferguson, do you still have hope?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Those incidents didn't speak for the mass, for everyone. Mm-hmm. They spoke for a few individuals who were not in concert with the understanding that peaceful protest is the way.
Okay.
So
what do you say in parting? We have about 30 seconds left. What would you like to say to the people viewing us now?
The answer is, love. It really is. Okay. That's the bottom line.
And Deborah, what would you say?
I would say that I hope that this book will be an inspiration to others. We look forward to publishing it, and we appreciate your support.
Let's heal St. Louis. That's
absolutely
very profound words. Let's heal St. Louis. Wonderful. Thank you so much for being with us. Ronald Montgomery, Deborah Gambill, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank each and every one of you for viewing us today, too, because we're here at the New Life Evangelistic Center. We still need your help and support. 42 years is not enough. We need to be here another 42 years, and you can help us stay here through Post Office Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri, 63166, and support the programs of the New Life Evangelistic Center. And when you see Larry Rice in protest, join him. Join him in protest. Appreciate your help. I'm Bernie Hayes. Have a good day.